Hi, everybody. Hello, replay watchers. How you doing? Hi, crickets. Um, I'm just coming up here doing my almost daily accountability live. I didn't come up yesterday, so what I'm doing here is a kind of accountability for this new project I have, which is 108 days of an hour plus of meditation and creative flow. So that comes, excuse me, energy's moving. It comes up in so many different ways. Mostly, I've been coming up in the mornings or the afternoons after I've sat for an hour or more, usually more. Sometimes a little bit less, which is a "wah," but maybe I'll talk about that, maybe I won't. What I have yet to do is really introduce you to my art studio and my painting practice. So I'm going to try to do some of that today. So if that interests you, stick around and check it out. Let me see if I can put a little something something here so you have just a marker and she'll be back in a few. Hey, do you want 5 minutes? I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll see you in five. Hi, guys. Hi. Is my mic working? I hope so. The only way for me to tell is to really go. Usually it sounds a particular way when it's working, so let me just check this. So, hi, if you're just joining me, my name is Christine. Yeah, looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. And you usually have been seeing me on these streets. If you're on the Evolve Within Love YouTube group channel, you haven't seen me be doing this at all. You'd have to go to my personal YouTube channel, which is Love Evolve Energy. As we speak, I was thinking of changing the name of who I am, but let's see, Blossom Aligned Love. That might be a different life. I don't know. We'll see. But you are probably seeing me on the book that is Face because that is where most of the people catch me on my Love Evolve Energy page. And usually they catch me during the day. I'm not usually up here at night. So, as I said 5 minutes ago, if you hung around for a while, is that which one shall we take? Let's just take this one. It's as closest to me. What I've been doing, the theme of this, as you can see here, I'm on day 21, 21 days of an hour or more. Usually more. Once it was less. We'll see. It's probably going to be a lot more today. Um, of meditation and flow. Flow. I'm calling it creative flow or flow. So, where do I even begin with this? I'm doing this because I need something different. I want something different. Something different. And this is a way to support myself as the different is already occurring, to support myself so that I can self reflect in some ways and accompany myself on this journey of evolution, of nexting, of forwarding. So, what I've been threatening to do is to bring you into my flow practice, my creative flow. If you saw my hint for that I was going to be up here right now on Instagram, um, you might also know that I have two Instagram accounts. One is this Love Evolve Energy. The other one is this home baking seasonal project that I do with my family called Sugar Sow. Sugar Sow. We even have T-shirts. Do I have one with me? I don't. But I'll drag one in next time. That's where a lot of my creative energy goes during certain times of the year. And what I decided to do was work with this woman. You've probably seen her ads. Her name's Whitney Freya. She is such a delight to see and really inspirational. And a lot of her coaches or coaches that she's trained. So um, tonight there was an open studio, which means we all come and one of the coaches leads it. They usually have some guidelines about what we are going to be doing and or what to bring with you. Sometimes it's just a check-in, not just, but a check-in. Sometimes we need whoa, our art journals, which is right there. My cards are all over the place. And sometimes Whitney's there, and we do, I would say, bi-monthly check-ins with her, and we're going through this whole protocol. The idea being that in 6 months' time, it's a 6-month project, I will be certified to be one of her coaches, a creatively fit coach. Um, we'll see if I want to move into that or not. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying the practice. So tonight we worked with one of the coaches named Denise, who's this just rich, full human. She's with this Jamaican accent. And so what we did tonight, and what I've heard her talk about with me and others before, is to start tiny, to start small. So if you've been listening to me, what I've been receiving from the guides with meditation, and certainly through my practice, I can show you some of the stuff actually, is go slow, slower still. And what I have recently been told by my guides is that it's not simply allowing myself to go slow, to take a break, but that it is a necessity to go slow, a necessity to go slow. It's a necessity to take a break. So that being said, hey Claire, how's it going, Mama? I'm sharing some of my creative flow because that's part of what I'm doing. Will these come out? This one will come out. Um, I do these scribble drawings, and the scribble drawings turned into my slow turtle, which is so yellow gold. You can barely see what is more seeable. And granted, this is just my art journal, so sharing some of the private stuff with you. Here's another one of my messages. Slow. This is my whale, or part of a whale. The beginnings of. I keep getting these messages, peacefulness, slow, peaceful. So the deal is me launching into my stuff in a bigger way is not going to happen until 2022. I'm just saying. However, tonight with Denise during the open studio. Hey Sky, what's going on, lady? Um, and I've been threatening, like I said, I've been threatening that I would not just report on my meditation practice, but also on my creative expression, flow, creative co-creation with the divine. So tonight, um, while working with Denise, what she was working on was tiny stuff. Start tiny. That's how I ended up talking about going slowly. So what we worked on today, rather than canvases, was little cards. Almost everybody has an old crappy playing deck or something like that. I didn't have one, so I started cutting out or ripping off kind of thicker textured paper from I have a stack of old magazines over here. Um, and so, um, and then saw some images, at least some of the shapes that were being made in the images. And I started cutting them out, and there was a whole series of them. And then she mentioned, oh, do like 6 or 9. I had 3 that I liked. And I decided, well, I like this shape of card. I'm just going to keep finding pieces of the image, of the larger image on these ripped out pages from a magazine that I like that are this shape. And so I would just put it on there and I would draw lines around it and I would cut out that shape. The idea is, and what they were working on is that on the back of your like 9 of diamonds or whatever, you'd paint it white and then you'd start doing a watercolor on it and a mandala. She was working with mandala. And so I started that way with this. You may or may not be able to see, it's this metallic gold. Oh, there you get some of the colors, and there's a little heart. So what you do is just take out your cards and start with just something, and I used this old candle thing, and it started making marks on them, and there was something about that gold against the white, which I had used uh, acrylic gesso, which can be kind of glue-like, and it really creates like a flat medium on which to use acrylics and other things. This is not acrylic though, this is tempera. Um, and markers, and she's like, bring all your stuff, all your colors. And you spread them all out and you put circles on them. And then you just go round robin and then you just go back to the first one. And once that's dry, you add something else and then something else. And then you just keep going down the line. I started getting inspiration. She at one point said, what these can be are messages. These can be oracle cards. And I just went, poof. And I was like, that's what these are. That's what these are. OMG. So I'm going to show some of them to you. Am I making my own deck? I don't know, but This is what co-creating, if you just show up, divine source in its creative aspect will meet you halfway. You just show up. And really, I just showed up with a whole bunch of meh, with a whole bunch of meh. I'm just going to do this. I didn't really know Denise that well. And then she's like this, and I was just like, okay, I'll just like go through the motions and I'll cut out smaller things and we're working small and, the backwash and then just circles. And then I just fell in love with my metallic bronze tempera. Um, and then she said that about oracle cards. And that's when I messaged somebody I connect with on a regular basis who's was kind of going through it, but didn't really want to talk that much today. And I said, hey, I'm making oracle cards. I'll continue making them in my art class, knowing that I was going into art class. I'll make them with you and myself in mind. And she binged a little heart. And so I just kept going for it. And then I was like on fire. So let me show you. These were my initial ones. So like I showed you the back of that one there. And I love the kind of Zen simplicity. I don't know. I think that's finished. I think that back of the card, all the backs of the cards will be a white gesso with all the other, with that, like that looks like an Enzo, right? That circle and the heart in the middle and just that slash. I don't know. This is what's on the front. Look at that. And I may enhance that. But does that not look like offering? Like the message there is receive, surrender, and offer up all at the same time. What I immediately, when I first saw this, what I thought was he was holding a giant ostrich egg that had been cracked open because I've been finding eggs everywhere. It's kind of my theme now, but it's not. It's a peony, some large flower. Anyway, what she was also saying, so I'm going to tweak that a bit, um, and I may redo it, et cetera, et cetera. These are personal oracle cards. Will they be something I publish? I don't know, but I can work with these. And this is just, I have 13 right now that I'm going to work on for a while. Um, but but that one, right? And another thing, which she was saying, and look at this. Like that's just that again, another Enzo because of the lighting. I'm trying to, so you can see that it's metallic and then see no heart there yet, but I think the heart is going here, I think. But look at her. Look at that shape. That's why I loved that. The shape, the shape. It's very, Shiva, Nataraj, creating the image of the dancing deity of Shiva, dancing the world into creation. And I think that's what the theme of that one is. There's also a precarious balance in it too. And so if you are not surrendered to divine flow, it could get wobbly. When there's something wobbly and you're just dance, surrender your physical dance to source and dance your way through. That is the dance of creation. All right, I'm creating these cards. Oh, MFG. What's great about this too, and why I wanted to show that one, is that at one point, and we're all like, there's a group, I think there were 18 of us showing up tonight, and we're all like, "Wah!" and furiously just painting and painting. And I was just so digging the colors and the simplicity of the Zen moments of those. My theme these days is peace. Pace, pace, pace. Thank you, Sky. Thank you. These smalls can inspire something large, and indeed it does. And indeed it does, because here, maybe if I move this a little bit, I've just got the first sketch of that shape. just the bare bones shape of that and how it's gonna take up this larger entire canvas. What it's gonna look like in the end, I don't know, but that shape and that movement and that meaning is following me onto a larger expression there. So let me see if I can do this down like this. There we go. See, if I start doing readings with tarot cards, this is how I'm going to do it. So these are the cards. And if that person is here or you know the third card, this was it on the back. Look at that kind of, again, that's the bronze. Here, I was just struck. Change the world. Change the world. So we're talking about surrendering is also receiving, is also offering. We're talking about the divine dance of surrender. So again, these are all cards of surrender. These two are cards of surrender. Surrendering so that you can balance within the chaos of creation. This is a game changer. Change the world. And look at those. I love again, it kind of Zen-like, but those geometric, repeated shapes turning into fleurs. They're all pointing downward too. We have green, blue, and this amber color, colors of earth, changing the changing the world, changing your world manifest. So let's look at these, and you can see these, the gouache was still, I'm sorry, not gouache, gesso was still, it's still drying on the backs of these. Look at those. These two are related. Ambition, driving force, um, worry, concern, holding your own head. That turns into the bigger picture and coming out, coming out of the worry, which moves into these. So if that's not like a complete reading, I don't know what is, kids. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the bananas that I'm working on. So that's how creative flow works. Does it arise more fully because I'm doing meditation on a regular? Yeah, probably. Um, because with the meditation, there's also a certain amount of clearing and cleansing that happens for me. And if you've been listening to my mornings, that's what's been happening. So at some point, I don't know that I'll do that tonight, although I could. I'm just going to show up here with my crayons, with my gorgeous art markers, maybe with some gouache or some acrylic, or maybe just making marks like this. Here, we're going to do the rest of the cards here. We're just going to let source speak in that way. And this needs to drag. Okay. Creation. Oops, it just got onto my phone. That's all right. Okay. So that's how this one's going to go down. All right. I love these little Enzos. I'm all about it. Fuck mandala. I'm sticking with the Enzo. Enzo dude. End zone? Maybe. Enzo. So at some point I'll just show up here with all the art, with all the making and the marking. Whoa, that needed a fingerprint. And that's how the intuition will flow. And that's how I'll do readings. And then maybe um, you'll all help me move into creating the rest of this deck. How many cards is it? I don't know. I have 13 so far. I'll show you one more because it's right close to me. Oh, oh my God, look at that. Can you see that? That chair at the end of the long string of curtained windows. There's something about There's a regalness to it, and there's a little chunk of mirror, and there's a little handbag, and so you're going somewhere, but this is before the journey. Before the journey, you can look out the windows and you can see what the journey is to come. You have a plan, you see the whole thing, but this is the breath. This is the breath before. This is the if anybody needed to hear that, here it is. The breath before going forth. Because there's a mirror, there's this reflecting back the world to itself because it's turned away from this empty spot is waiting for you. It's waiting. All right. So, okay. What? This is crazy. This is crazy. So, if you needed any of those messages, there they are. I'll catch on the flip. Maybe I'll do another meditation thing tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another art practice tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I would like to, maybe this is what I'll do, set up a weekly time to be creative and intuitive at the same time, because it's all flow. It's all source expressing, whether it's messages, energy healings, or me creating cards here. And maybe that's what I'll do on this page. We'll see how it goes. Kind of like that idea. All right. Claire, Sky, thank you so much. And the crickets, thank you, crickets, for being here. And I'll catch you on the flip. Oh, so much love to you. So much love. Bye, y'all. And you know what? I'm going to give you a little music. I love to do the music outro. I just think it's so sweet. All right. I'll see you.